Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope you're well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Sagittarius out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Please keep in mind that the energies may reverse. So if it is resonating, even if it's on the other side, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's obviously not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Sagittarius? All right, Sagittarius, you're starting out with the Strength card. You have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands in the reverse. So you're being very courageous right now. I do like that energy for you. I feel like you've been working on yourself a lot, which is really positive. But you're being courageous about a decision. You've kind of been a little bit back and forth. You're trying to figure out what kind of a decision you actually want to make. I do see you making that decision by the end of the week. Yeah, I definitely do. You're searching for clarity. You want to have the clarity that you need. You know, it's like you're processing and you want that clarity before you make that decision. And I feel like you're not going to be pushed into a decision either. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Sagittarius energy. All right, Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Fool in reverse. Pisces energy. And the Five of Wands. Okay, yeah, that's where I'm getting that. It's almost like somebody's been trying to push you into some sort of a decision here. It could have to do with a new beginning, because in this person's energy, I see that there's been conflict. I feel like this person may be afraid that there's somebody else involved. There's something to do with taking a risk, having a new beginning of some sort. And I feel like this is somebody who is kind of holding back as well, because they know that the decision is yours. So they are basically saying, you know, I've waited. I am impatient for you to make this decision. I'm not going to invest anything else in this connection until you make this decision about whether we're going to take this risk together or not. And there is some indication that they may even be afraid that there's someone else involved in the situation and that you're not being loyal to them. It could be you have a decision between two people. I don't know, but I do see that there's been conflict. So this is why you're feeling pushed and you're looking for that clarity before you make this decision. So let me see the energy between Sagittarius and this person. The Eight of Cups reversed. So one of you may have previously walked away from this connection and returned back to it. Let me see. Show me what is affecting this connection. Four of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, so there was a gap in the communication. One of you walked away. Some healing took place. I feel like, you know, now there's been some communication. There's a possibility of bringing this back together, but you're indecisive about this. And it's because you just want to have the clarity. So, I don't blame you. I do see communication back and forth, though, after a period where there was no communication. Show me the outcome. The Sun. Yeah, Leo energy. But the Sun indicates clarity. It indicates happiness and clarity. So that's good. Bottom of the deck. And particularly in this deck, this person looks so peaceful. So I feel like you're going to make a decision and it's going to bring you a lot of peace. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. This is underlying energy, and it indicates somebody who is strong, independent, you know, stands on their own 2 feet, spiritual by nature. So I do feel like that's a very strong and good energy to have as an underlying energy. It's the Empress in the lower arcana. So let's clarify your reading, Sagittarius. Why is the Strength card here? All right, we have Justice and we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is about a reconciliation. You are making sure that you're doing the right thing. You are asking for karmic justice in a situation. So I do see that. But this decision has to do with a reconciliation. You may have felt left out in the cold or abandoned and rejected by this person in the past. They could be coming back in for a second chance. But I do feel that you're asking for justice. You want to balance things out, but you just want to make sure you make the right decision here. Let me see the Two of Swords. Show me the Two of Swords for Sagittarius. Show me the Two of Swords for Sagittarius. Knight of Cups reversed. The Tower reversed. And the Four of Wands. Yeah, it's telling me the same thing. It's a decision about whether to rebuild this connection or to hold back emotionally. I feel like you're trying to make this decision head over heart. You don't want to make an emotional decision just because you've talked to this person again. You're trying to make a very sound, logical, head over heart decision that is going to be good for you in the long run. And I think that that is smart. And it's taken a lot of courage for you to do that, because I feel like you're very tempted just from the communication. But you're also remembering that at some point this was a Tower moment for you and you were hurt. And I do feel like this person may have, abandoned you, or at least you felt abandoned and rejected, like turned down. And so now it's like the choice is yours. Let me see the Two of Wands reversed. Show me the Two of Wands in the reverse. The Strength card again. The Magician. And the Five of Swords. Oof. All right, so yeah, you're going to make a decision. You're manifesting the best outcome. Again, I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself. You have been working on you during this interim. And I do feel like there's going to be conflict with this person, though. When, before you make this decision, or, possibly about the decision, I feel like there will be conflict with this person. You may feel that this person is playing mind games with you. And if so, you're going to be like, yeah, I can clearly see what you're doing. You're trying to manipulate the situation. I can see what you're doing. And that's going to be a real turnoff for you if that is the case. But I do see conflict coming because this person is pushing and you're not going to be pushed. Let me see. Show me the Seven of Pentacles reversed for the person in Sagittarius energy. Yeah, Two of Swords. They're pushing you for that decision because they have it in the reverse. And then the Two of Wands. They're basically saying, I need you to make this decision. Let's move, Sagittarius. Make a choice. Make a choice. They could live at a distance from you. That could be part of the problem. You may actually travel to go see this person and have this discussion if that's the case. But what I'm seeing here is they're impatient for you to make this decision. And I don't feel like you're going to let them push you. Let me see the Fool in reverse. The World, and the Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, so they're afraid that this is going to close out and they're not going to get what they want. Yeah, they want it to close out with a new beginning. They want all the indecision to go away. They're in chaos right now. They feel like they're in a situation that is causing them personally chaos. I don't feel like that's what you're trying to do. I feel like you're just trying to be careful, but they want to close this out. They want to move forward. They want peace, and they want this new beginning. And so they're coming across as pushing for that, and you're coming across as saying, no, wait, you're not going to make me make a decision. This is important, and I want to make the right decision. Why is the Five of Wands here? All right, we have the King of Cups reversed, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy, and we have Judgment. Yeah, there's going to be conflict with this person. I can see that because they want this reconciliation. And I feel like it's your choice at this point, Sagittarius. I do feel like when this conflict happens, it might get a little bit ugly because, you know, you're going to be fighting for what you want, and they're going to be basically taking the emotion out of it and fighting for what they want. It might get a little ugly, and it is centering around a reconciliation. So let's see the energy between the two of you. Show me the energy between Sagittarius and this person. I mean, they honestly, I feel like they need to kind of back up and just let you make a decision that is in your best interest. All right, Seven of Wands reversed and the Nine of Pentacles. Now, that's your underlying energy. Yeah, you're actually enjoying your being single. So that's actually part of the issue. I don't even necessarily see that it's between this person and someone else. It's between, do I want to be single still, or do I want to go back into a relationship with this person? Because obviously you had a Tower moment and one of you walked away from the connection. So I feel like you're looking at your options here, and they are not happy. It's making them feel powerless. I don't know if there's been an on and off relationship here or not, but they feel powerless because I feel like they're used to you saying, yes, let's get back together. And you're just definitely standing your ground here. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to stand your ground at all. They want you to resolve the issues, have no conflict, you know, and just basically do what it is that they want, which is to reconcile, to choose them. Let me see the Four of Swords in reverse. Show me the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, the Emperor. You're used to somebody who's used to getting their way. Possibly an Aries, the Page of Pentacles. And there is communication here. I do feel like this person approached you after a period where the two of you did not talk. The offer is to reconstruct or to rebuild this connection. And you're going back and forth. So I do feel like you are talking with this person, but you're not investing heavily in it. You're basically like, leave me be, let me make the decision I need to make. It's not like you're not talking to them, you're not blocking them, you're just trying to make a sound decision. Now, in their energy, this is somebody who, they could be a business owner, or they could be somebody who is a high-level manager or a person of authority. They're definitely somebody who is used to saying, do this, do that, and people jump. They do what they're told to do. So I do feel like they have a very strong energy, and I do feel that, you know, I don't see anything in their energy that's saying that there's a bad ulterior motive or anything of that nature. I don't know what happened that broke this connection apart, but one of you walked away, maybe even both of you, and now you're experiencing being single and you're kind of enjoying it. And I feel like this person's like, oh no, Sagittarius, you belong with me. And I will say both of you can get a little bit mean when you argue. So let me see your outcome. We have the Sun, and that's encouraging. All right, we have the Page of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Lovers reversed. Okay, so there is someone else involved for some of you. Yeah. With the Sun here, I feel like there's going to be conflict with this person. And you're going to choose to move towards someone new. I feel like you feel this person is manipulating you. You've worked too hard on yourself for you to be okay with that. So for some of you, you'd absolutely have a choice between this person and someone new. And I do see you choosing the other person. And this person in your energy is going to feel, pretty upset about that. Yeah, they're going to be very upset about that. They're going to feel as if you chose someone over them. They're going to feel as if they have to put this wall around their heart. They're going to shut down emotionally. Yeah, for others of you, I do feel that, this is just the communication, and you're just going to kindly tell this person, no, I'm not interested, Either way, I feel like you feel this person's being manipulative, and it's going to lead to conflict. And I do see you walking away either way, whether it's towards someone new, which for a large portion of you it is, or whether it's, just you choosing yourself and your own happiness. So, yeah. And this person's going to kind of shut down. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Coins in the reverse. That's underlying energy. That indicates to me that, you feel that this would not work out. It's not something that you feel is in your best interest. So it definitely is your choice, but I don't see you choosing this person. And that conflict is that's what's going to be the final factor. All right, let me pull an oracle card. Sagittarius, I'm using the Heal Yourself reading card deck. A lot of times people ask. All right, so your card is number 28, and the card is Love. So let's read that. Let go of your limiting beliefs about love. Your heart desires more connections, love, and nourishment. You're at a point in your life where you need to learn how to truly give and receive love. Fully opening your heart will awaken your vulnerability, sensitivity, and fear. In particular, your fear of rejection and intimacy with another person. However, you will also unleash your passion, inspiration, greatness, and an ability to care deeply. Start seeing how great life is and be willing to connect to others. If you've been holding on to past pain, then it's time to acknowledge, feel, and move forward. Give yourself permission to let people in. Ask for love with all your heart and soul, and it will come. Look for something beautiful in every person you encounter. Focus on feeling good, and whenever you see people loving each other, know that this is coming to you in a form of a love of a lifetime or an incredible friendship. All right. I hope that this has been helpful for you, Sagittarius. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Sagittarius, know that you are loved, and namaste.